This is the plaintiff, Joff Omar Hickson. He says his friend, the defendant, offered to install new LED headlights in his Infiniti, so he purchased some and sent them to his place. Well, months and months went by and still his car wasn't finished. So he asked for his parts back so he could bring it somewhere else. It's been over a year now. He still doesn't have his parts, and he's done chasing this guy. He's suing for $1,604.11, the amount he's owed. This is the defendant, Andrew. He says he was going to install some headlights for the plaintiff, but one of them got damaged during shipping. The plaintiff got impatient with the delay and told him ship the parts back, which he did. Unfortunately, he had the wrong address. The plaintiff flipped out, sued him, and here they are. He's accused of not lighting up.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated, come to order. Litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome in.
Okay, Mr. Hickson, you are suing Andrew for $1,604.11, consisting of the cost of some headlights he refuses to return and unpaid time off trying to pursue him. What's going on?
All right, so this started around November 2016. When I first approached him, I asked him, how much it would cost me to get some headlights done for my car. Because, we're into modifying cars, stuff like that.
Are you friends?
Yeah, we were friends before, but, things...
Not now.
Yeah.
Yeah, lawsuits have a way. Okay.
Kind of went south after that. Some time went by, I understand that, things take time. So I said, whatever, do what you got to do.
Some time? We're talking about
it started November.
A year and some.
I ended up leaving New York around July.
So from November to July, he didn't install. Okay, well, how much were you paying him to install the headlights?
He told me, don't worry about it. We're boys, it's all good. He's just doing it as a favor.
We have a saying in Spanish, lo barato sale caro. The cheap comes out expensive.
Pretty much.
Because you would have been much better off just, because you paid for the headlights, right?
Yeah.
You paid $292.99. Then you paid $722.72 for what? Parts for projector headlights.
Yeah, for the parts to customize the headlights. It's basically,
okay, so what was so fancy about your headlights?
It was pretty much just everything getting done. It's getting changed from like projectors, LED strips, something called demonize. It kind of lights up behind the projectors, so it looks like it's on, but it's not really on. It's a whole list of stuff.
Okay, and then so you're out that money. He doesn't install them. You move. What is he saying to you? Would you tell him, listen, I'm moving?
Yeah, before I moved, I told him, I'm going to be moving in July, giving him all this information. And he says to me, oh, don't worry about it. I'm going to get it done before you leave.
He doesn't have your car while this is going on.
No, I have my car.
So he's modifying the actual headlights.
Yeah, I bought a second pair of headlights and gave those to him.
Okay.
This isn't the first time he's done lights for me the same way. The first time it only took about a day. The second time, it took about 6 months or so.
It doesn't take 6 months to do it, but it's free.
Yeah.
Free is good.
Well, the
until
second time,
free is expensive,
exactly.
like now.
Well,
all right, so you give it to him, and you don't say, look, just let me pick up whatever I've got because I'm leaving Arizona.
I did actually say that to him.
And what happened?
Before I left, he said, I told him, I'm going to leave. Let me just get the headlights, the parts. I'll pay whoever else to get it done. He said, I'm only about 2 days out. I'll get it done before you leave. So I said, okay, fine. Now, at that point, the date comes where I am leaving, and I said to him, bro, I'm leaving. I need them now. That's it. He said to me, Jeff, they're almost done. Literally the same thing again. I'll have them, tell you what, I'll ship them to you at no cost to you, whatever.
How'd that go?
It didn't go.
Right. So what happened?
What the deal was he was supposed to exchange me an air compressor for the work done on the lights.
Okay, did you get the air compressor?
Never got the air compressor.
What happened? Is that accurate that you were supposed?
Yes, I was supposed to give him an air compressor. When I went to check the air compressor had a broken line on it. It was of no use to him, so I didn't bother telling him,
Never told me that.
I did.
Okay,
tell
according
you
to you, he sold the air compressor.
That's what he told me. I saw him posted for sale.
If you're supposed to give him an air compressor and you now no longer have an air compressor to give him because you say it's broken, he says you sold it, then what did that morph to? What was it going to become?
He said to me, you know what, just give me $150 when I ship you the lights and, we'll be square. So I said, okay, no problem. I have no problem paying you that.
Okay, he moved in July. So in those 4 months, am I boring you?
No.
Okay. In those 4 months, why does it take so long? Why don't you just get the lights done? that you said you would?
Wasn't a priority to do them.
According to you, you shipped the lights to him.
The first time I shipped the lights out was August. Yes.
August.
August of
Okay. May I see
2017.
proof that you shipped them the lights?
I don't have the shipping receipt that I shipped them out.
Okay. And what happened with the lights you shipped them in August?
I received them back because I had sent them to the wrong address.
Okay. And the
I
second
received
time
the
you
lights
shipped them
back.
the lights?
The lights got damaged in my possession. And I let him know that. I sent him pictures of everything.
How did
that
the lights
getting
get damaged?
They were in the house, and somebody had knocked them over, broke one of the lights.
All right. So did you fix the lights?
Yes, I replaced the lights. Contacted him. I let him know what was going on with the lights, everything.
So then you fix the lights, and then do you ship them out again?
I didn't ship them back out until December.
All right. What happened with that shipment?
I never got updates on the tracking. I filed a claim. The lights were sent back to me.
The lights were eventually sent back to you?
Yes.
Can I see proof of your claim? While he's looking for the proof of ever having mailed anything, let me just ask you, one of the things you're suing for is an airline ticket to New York?
Yeah.
On account of what?
At that point, I had went to New York because he stopped responding for a period of time. So I decided, let me go see if I can see him in person and just get the lights back. Because at that
That's
point,
the only reason you came to New York?
Yeah.
Right. Over $900, you spent $300 just to get to New York to try to get back your $900 of stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm supposed to order him to pay for that. And when was that trip?
This was like mid-November or something.
Was it Thanksgiving?
No.
Okay. Now, I was pretty sure you weren't going to find anything. So you didn't find any proof of having mailed it then either. And then according to you, they bring it back. All right. Now, today, did you bring the headlights?
Did not bring the headlights
And why didn't you bring the headlights?
because I can't bring that box.
Oh, you can. You can.
Definitely
That's what a
can't.
trunk is for. They're just two headlights. You can, right?
Say so.
So tell me why anyone hearing you now shouldn't just think you're a common thief.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, is it too risky an idea to do business with a friend?
I think it depends on how long the friendship has been and if you truly trust the person.
But do you really know the person until you do business with a person?
I feel like you get to know them more after you start the business.
So you may not want to know what you know.
Yeah.
Do you want to do business with him?
Not really.
What do you say?
I think it's best not to do business with them.
Because?
There's so many things that can go wrong in business, and you really risk losing a friendship over it.
So you almost don't want to know what they're really like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going inside the courtroom.
I told him he could get his headlights back when I got him.
But you got him, and then your answer is, I don't feel like bringing that big box, right? But you're willing to give him back the headlights. You're not just
Told him
trying to
that
make
already.
out like a little thief, are you?
Told him that already.
I think you're a little thief. That's what I think. And that's what you think.
Actually, after I filed the claim, I told him, if you do get the headlights back, you can just send it to me and I'll drop the claim. He said, you know what? If I do get the headlights back, I'm going to keep the headlights.
Of course.
Simple as that. And I actually have proof of that, too.
Oh, let's see it. I want to read it out loud. You're also suing for $300 for unpaid time off. How'd you
Yeah.
pick that figure, and what proof do you have of that?
Because I had to take 2 days off.
No, what
and-
proof do you have of that?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? What do I mean? I mean, you got to show me what days you took off. You got to have a note from your employer that you. I mean, you don't just get to tack on to a
Gotcha.
case of round figure, you know.
Well, I don't
All right,
really
no worries.
have
Go ahead.
that paperwork.
I understand, but you understand too, right?
Yeah, I get you.
I got you. He says to you, "Don't talk to me. Talk to my lawyer." He's got a lawyer?
I guess so.
Now, he didn't give you the name of the lawyer, did he? You say to him, "You told me to do what I got to do, so I did." And then he and then you say, "Well, once I get my lights, the whole blank can be dropped. That's all I care about at the end of the day." And he answers, "Don't care. I'll dead still go to court if I ever do get the lights back just to prove a point." What's the point that you're trying to prove? What are you mad at? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, that had nothing to do pertaining to what was going on at the time. That was just because when I unfriended him on Facebook.
Okay. Why don't you just do the right thing? What's wrong with you? Like, why won't you just do the right thing? Because you want to make out and be able to keep the lights because you hate him? Because what?
I don't have his
Because his
car.
position's not unreasonable. He has to sue you because he's out $1,000-something on the parts that he gave you that you've just taken. Tell me how you don't look like just a common thug, that you took his stuff and wouldn't return it. Why are you angry in these texts, unfriending him and, doing this
He knows why.
schoolgirl stuff? Like, what's all that about? Why are you indignant when you're the one who kept the headlights?
I didn't keep. Well, I did keep the headlights.
You have the headlights, right?
I definitely kept the headlights.
Yeah, you have
But
zero proof you ever mailed it to him. So it also. Did I bore you again?
I'm not. You're not boring me.
Well, you keep yawning while
You're
I'm
not
talking to you.
boring me.
Then why do you keep yawning while I'm talking to you?
It's a natural reflex. I had to yawn. I didn't think you were yelling at me. I thought you were
Okay,
just proving your
folks.
point.
The lights themselves and the parts were $1,015.71. You don't get the airline tickets. So you get $1,015.71, and you get your court costs and prejudgment statutory interest starting on in July, which is as patient as you should have to have been and agreed to be. That's my judgment. Good luck, folks.
Well, the plaintiff prevails. He's going to get a little over $1,000. Andrew, the defendant's come out of the courtroom. All right, you got to give him over $1,000. What are you going to do with the headlights now? I mean, you still have them, right? You got
just
them?
break them back down.
Then do what with them?
I don't know.
Why don't you give them back to him? No answer.
Man,
huh?
no, man.
No answer. It didn't make you look too good, you know. Judge, in effect, said you're like a common thief.
Hey, that was a
Compliment,
crazy.
right?
It's definitely not a compliment.
Okay. Well, you must sign a few documents out
All right,
there,
man.
okay?
Thank you.
Well, you went through a lot over this issue. You're going to get the money for the parts back. Now what happens? You're going to do this again?
Probably find somebody more reputable.
Where you are now?
Yeah.
And still do it to the car?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe you were so patient and waited as long as you did.
I mean, you know, we've been friends for a while, so I figured, you know, I'd take his word for it. So I just kind of gave him the benefit of the doubt. Pretty
Well,
much.
didn't work too well, did it?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I guess you learned a lesson. Sorry about that. Thank you very much. Harvey?
Okay, look, Doug, when you make a deal with somebody to do work for them and you really need the work done by a certain date, write the drop-dead date in the contract and then write the magic words. Time is of the essence. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.